Lori Shaw with Renaissance Periodization, and we've got an episode today sponsored by Bob's Red Mill. So I'm going to use a bunch of Bob's products, and we're going to make a triple chocolate pancake that's actually good for you and is super, super chocolatey. All right, so let's get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is use egg replacer. This is a Bob's Red Mill product that I've started using a ton. I can't eat eggs currently, so if you can certainly sub in egg whites for this, but if not, this is a great replacement. And so with the egg replacer, it's just a tablespoon of egg replacer to 2 tablespoons of water. That's your ratio. So, and that's the equivalent of 1 whole egg. So if you want to do 2 whole eggs, you're gonna do 2 tablespoons of the egg replacer and 4 tablespoons of water. As long as you keep that ratio, you're good. And you just want to add it together and then stir it with a fork. I found that the best thing to use is a fork because you don't want those chunks. And if you just keep stirring it with a fork, those chunks will break down and you'll end up with a smooth consistency, and that's what you want. And then just let it sit, and it only takes a minute to really solidify up enough to to replace an egg in a recipe. And so if you just leave that off to the side while you're doing everything else, it's ready to go by the time you're ready to add it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put all of our dry ingredients in one bowl. We'll put all of our wet ingredients in the other bowl. We'll mix them together really lightly, and then we'll let it set just for a little bit. It'll bubble up and kind of fluff up. So we'll start with some carob powder. This is a Bob's Red Mill item. And then they have an amazing 12 grain pancake mix that I love so much. I'm gonna add that in next. Some quick oats, the little ones. Date sugar, you guys know how much I love date sugar. If you haven't used it before, it's really easy to find. You can find it on Amazon, you can find it on Thrive Market. There's a bunch of different places. It's a sugar substitute, and it's a little bit more like a brown sugar than a white sugar. So it doesn't work in all recipes, but it's literally just dried and pulverized dates. So it's a great natural sweetener. And then we're gonna add in our cinnamon and salt. All right, so we've got our dry ingredients all ready to go in there. And by now, our egg replacer has gotten nice and gel-like right there. So we are going to go ahead and add that in. You can see how it thickened up. This is some non-fat sour cream. Dump that in. Vanilla. Unsweetened chocolate almond milk. Add that right in. Coconut oil. So I always like to liquefy the coconut oil. So I did that, but if you add warm coconut oil to a cold mixture like this, it's gonna chunk up immediately. It'll just get solid. So what you wanna do is take a little bit of the cold and add it in. So you're kind of like tempering it. You're just kind of bringing the temperature of the coconut oil down without like freezing it out and making it solid. It already smells good. Now we're gonna add the wet into the dry ingredients. Fold it lightly. So you want to incorporate all of the dry, but you're not in here stirring it like crazy. You don't want to do that. It's gonna make a tougher pancake, and we want this nice and light and fluffy, like everybody likes their pancakes. Just want to get all the dry moistened, and that's it. And we're just going to let that set just while you're preheating your griddle and getting that ready to go. So we've preheated our griddle. We're ready to make these amazing triple chocolate pancakes. So I'm gonna spray my griddle with some coconut oil spray really well because you don't want it to stick. You've probably heard before that a pancake is ready to be turned when you see bubbles on the top, and these are no exception. Same thing. You'll start to see bubbling on top, and that's when you know. Well, this guy's ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and flip him and put some chocolate chips on, some nibs, and press it down. And then these are gonna melt. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna put these on a paper towel lined plate at first before I put them on the plate that we're going to serve them on, because they'll have some moisture. Obviously they're hot, they're steamy, and if you stack them right on top of each other, they kind of get soggy and messy. So I like to put them first on a paper towel to kind of let them cool down a little bit and absorb some of that moisture before we go ahead and plate them. All right, there we go. Triple chocolate pancakes.